Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will go through 2023 HSC paper with you. Of course, there's a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. Now, from the graph, you can see the pattern straight away, and it is positive trend. So it should be positive and strong correlations. So the answer should be, so we cannot have a negative, so this is wrong, and it is strong and positive. So the answer should be D. So there you go. Question number 2. So we have a die and a spinner. Sum of the two numbers obtained is the score. So the table showing the sum of the die and the spinner. So let me just complete this table first. So we have 1 plus 4 is 5, 2 plus 4 is 6, and 3 plus 1 is 4, and then this is 7, and 4 plus 1 is 5, 6, and 4 plus 4 is 8, and we have 5 plus 1 is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 6 plus 1 is 7, 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 9 and 10. So there you go. And the question is, what is the probability of getting a score of 7 or more? So from 7 onward, okay? So the answer is this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 score altogether. So therefore, the probability will give me 10 out of, so we have 4 times 6 is 24. So 24 set of score altogether. So there you go. So what I do, I can divide it by 2, half it. So 5 over 12. So the answer should be D. So there you go. Question number 3. So we need to find the domain for these functions. So we know that we cannot square root a negative number. So in another word, this function inside here must be greater or equal to 0. So 1 minus x greater or equal to 0. But then when 1 minus x is equal to 0, so that becomes 1 divided by 0. So we cannot divide by 0. Okay, so therefore, this must be greater than 0. So keep that in mind. So I just solve this. I move x on this side. 1 is greater than x. So therefore, x is less than 1. So x is less than 1 is this answer here. So the answer is A. Question 4. So first of all, we know that there is a turning point here. So therefore, it should be at x equal a number. So that means x minus c or plus c. But in this case, they gave us minus c here. So it should be square. So therefore, the answer either A or B. Okay, so keep that in mind. Then we need to go further. So we know that's because of minus c. In another word, c must greater than 0. Because when you minus c, that means the turning point at x equal to c. So, and c should be positive because the turning point is at x is positive. So keep that in mind. So therefore, c is greater than 0. So this is c less than 0. So you cannot have that. So c greater than 0 is this one here. So the answer should be B. Question number 5. So we know that this function here is odd. So in another word, this area here and this area are equal. So therefore, if we integrate from a negative to 1 or negative a to 1, so this means that from here all the way to here, so these two cancel out. So the answer should be negative, okay, because it's below the x-axis. So the answer should be negative, and we have only one negative answer there because this is positive, positive, 0. So the answer should be A. So there you go. Question number 6. Which of the following is the possible sketch for y is equal to fx? So first of all, we know that when x is 0, the gradient is 0. So in another word, the Gradient when x 0 should be horizontal. So therefore, we have gradient equals 0 there. And this is gradient equals 0, this gradient 0. And whereas a, gradient is negative. So therefore, cannot be a. So we rule that out. And we look a bit further. So when x is negative 2, the gradient is positive. So therefore, positive gradient at negative 2. So this is positive gradient. This is positive gradient. And this is negative gradient. Okay, keep that in mind. So you cannot have b. So therefore, we either have C or D. But then if you look on the right-hand side, when x is 2, so we have positive gradient. So at 2 is positive gradient. So this is positive gradient. And this is negative gradient. Okay, so therefore, cannot be D. So therefore, the answer should be C. So there you go. Question 7. So we need to find the gradient at x is 5. So we know that y is f of gx. So therefore, we differentiate this. So that becomes y dash is g dash x and times by f dash g of x. So this is how you differentiate the functions. So otherwise, if you think about it, let's say y is sine of 2x. So y dash equal, so we differentiate this, that give me 2, and then we go differentiate this, so which is become cos of 2x. See? So we differentiate inside, and then we differentiate the function that is sine. Okay, so that's what that meant. So now we just replace, so when x is 5, we just substitute, x become 5, so y dash equal g dash 5, and then f dash g of 5. So there you go. Now we know g dash 5 is 2. We just replace with this. So 2 times f g of 5. So g of 5 is 1. So that means f dash 1. So now we know that f dash 1 is negative 4. So the answer is 2 times negative 4. So the answer is negative 8. So the answer should be A. There you go. Question number 8. So we need to unlock the function so we can solve for x. So to unlock, so this A push the B up. So that becomes like this. X power 3 is A power B. So there you go. Now to solve for x, so what I do, I just go power of a third. This is power of a third. So therefore, x power 3 power of a third. So we just go 3 times a third. So give me 1. Okay, using index law. So x power 1 is x. And then a third time b is b over 3, if you wish. So there you go. So the answer should be B. There you go. Question 9. So f of x be any functions, okay, and we need to work out which of these always give us even functions. So let's just make any functions. So let's say fx, let's say fx equal x plus 1, okay? So any functions. And what we do, we just evaluate each of these, okay? So if we have 2 fx, so that becomes 2 lots of x plus 1. So therefore, that give me 2x plus 2. So this is not an even functions. This is wrong. Then let's try f of x. So f of x. So we know that f of x is x plus 1. So every time we see x, we replace with x plus 1. So this becomes x plus 1. And then we add 1. So that becomes x plus 2. So it's not an even function either. So this is wrong. So let's do the third one. That is part C. So let me just clear it first. So now let me just go f of negative x first. So that gives me negative x plus 1. And if I square it, so that means this is square. So if I expand this, it will give me like this. Negative x squared give me x squared. And negative x times 1, which is negative x, we double that, so minus 2x. And then 1 times 1 is 1. So there you go. Then we can put in this form. Half of 2 is 1, but minus 1 squared. And then that's it. If you expand that out, that give me 1 extra, minus 1. This is, I just copied that out and cancel out. So that's is the form, okay? And this is not an even functions because the graph is like this. So there you go, okay? So neither. So not odd, not even, if you like. So now let's work out f of negative x first. So that become minus x plus 1. Now f of x times f of negative x. So if I times by f of x times f negative x, so that will give me negative x plus 1 and then x plus 1. And if you notice that this is difference of 2 square. So because this is exactly the same as this. Let me just move this up. 1 minus x times 1 plus x. That's what that meant. So now we just expand this. That will give me 1 squared minus x squared. So you know that it is a parabola, but it's upside down like this and move up 1 unit. So you can see it is an even functions. So there you go. So the answer should be D. Question 10. So the graph given is y is equal to x squared. And the length of PQ is L. Okay, so keep that in mind. From here to here is L. So now the graph has been transformed. Y is x squared over a squared. See, x squared over a squared. It has been transformed. So this is exactly the same as x over a, all power of 2. So in another word, because it's x over a, so it is horizontal dilation with a factor of a. So in another word, this length here will be now L. Instead of L, it transforms, so become AL. So therefore, the distance ST is AL. So the question said the length of ST, so ST is AL. So the answer should be C. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.